Good morning. Today we are coming to you from inside because, of course, we are experiencing some inclement weather. I mean, it is the hurricane season. We kind of knew that eventually the rain would come, and of course, it has arrived. But that does not stop us from being part of your morning and making sure that you wake up with a little bit of sunshine in your life, even if it might be artificial. Right now, we're making sure that your day starts off the right way by making sure you wake up in the know. Here are your morning news highlights.
Morning. Tourism Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire is trumpeting a transformed tourism product that he claims will churn out major dividends for local stakeholders.
If you look at the numbers that have come out for May, and certainly for June so far, if you look at the evidence of what we have been doing, we have been relentless in being out there promoting St. Lucia. We actually outperforming all the projections set by the opposition when they were in government. You can call the Hotel and Tourism Association and ask them for an interview as to how the sector is performing. But more importantly, what we are doing is transforming the industry. So we've launched community tourism. We are about to introduce a new Tourism Development Act. In fact, we have consultations going on right now. All of last week, we were meeting with stakeholders to redo the legislative framework for the industry, because we are going to transform this industry.
He says government will reveal more details about its new approach to tourism in the coming weeks. The Young Women in Leadership, or YWIL, program culminated on Monday with mock sittings of both the upper and lower houses. YWIL is geared towards providing leadership training for young women in St. Lucia who may have political aspirations and are interested in leadership roles. The program was organized by the Caribbean Women in Leadership St. Lucia chapter in conjunction with the Pal Americas and CWIL Regional. It started in May when a call was put out to young women between the ages of 18 and 25 to register. 42 young women responded and underwent training in parliamentary procedure and leadership workshops. The all-female parliament debated a motion for the government to develop an action plan to prioritize gender equality and women's economic empowerment in preparation for the changing economy.
I know the training was short, I know it was intense, and I know some of you did not think that you were ready for this morning. But let me tell you, you are all stars now, and everybody will be looking at you for future political leadership because you showed that you have that ability. There were a few of you that were outstanding. I saw the nerves, but I also heard what you were saying, and I was following on Facebook and seeing all of the comments that were coming in. So you did great. Congratulate yourself and be proud of yourself, ladies.
The government of St. Lucia, through the Office of the Parliament, was also a partner in the training program. At the last sitting of the Parliament, Speaker of the House, Claudius Francis, introduced the YWIL project to members of Parliament. The Department of Infrastructure and Transport is denying knowledge of or involvement in the installation of speed bumps and a pedestrian crossing at the Vieux Fort Free Zone. The department has also denied authorizing the installation of the traffic control devices. A video of the construction has been circulating on social media over the past few days.
The public is therefore reminded that in accordance with St. Lucia's Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Act, persons must not erect, place or mark any traffic sign or device unless authorized to do so by the Permanent Secretary of the Department of Transport. Section 72, subsection 15 of the Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Act, Chapter 8.01, prescribes the penalties. Section 15 says, a person who A. unlawfully places, erects, marks, or retains, or causes to be placed, erected, marked, or retained any traffic sign or device on or near any road, or B. removes, defaces, damages, alters, obscures, or in any way interferes with any traffic sign lawfully placed, erected, marked, or retained on or near any road, commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding $1,000 or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 3 months or to both.
The Department of Transport is appealing to members of the public involved in this and similar acts to cease and desist and remove any sign or marking placed on or near any road without proper authorization. The Ministry of Agriculture is calling its recently hosted Mango Festival a success. The festival, the first of its kind, forms part of ongoing efforts to encourage St. Lucians to embrace eating locally produced food products.
With climate change affecting the world at a fast-growing pace, we must learn to appreciate the value of what nature gives us, including the food. And we must learn to appreciate the value of turning wastage into creative business ideas. Through the festival, the hope is that mangoes and other local fruits can be used more creatively and appreciated more. And I wish to thank the Ministry of Agriculture for consistently partnering with the Taiwan Technical Mission to create programs that promote agricultural diversity and food security.
The Ministry of Agriculture previously held a banana festival, and that was in February of this year. Those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
And that's the end of the morning news highlights. Right now, we are heading into a quick commercial break. So gather some more blankets. I mean, it might be pretty cold this morning. Get your tea running, and we'll be right back. Here with Miss BOSL Wise, Zenia Douglas. Zenia, you're bringing the sunshine. How are you feeling?
Lovely, incredible, fabulous. Thank God. I'm feeling really good today. I'm excited to talk to you because it's my first time, interacting with you in person. So I'm good.
Zenia and I have been social media friends for a while.
Social media friends, but it's nice to connect with you.
Yes. Right, Zenia. I mean, so many questions. Pageantry, I did not see that as something on your radar, actually. So what's the drive between, you deciding to get into pageantry?
I interacted with individuals who took part in pageantry sometime in January, February, and we just happened to have the conversation. And my dance coordinator was the one who mentioned to me, you already have a platform. Why not take part? So I can tell you a little bit about the platform, and then I guess we'll talk about what got me into pageantry.
Okay.
So what happened was, in 2020, when I started experiencing a lot of different health challenges, I discovered that the only way for me to deal with it was mostly my weight gain and my acne was to cultivate better eating habits. Okay. So I resolved the issue by eating better. I was like, wow, I've discovered something that I want other people to know about. And I decided to start my page. So I started my page called Thrive Alive, where I have an audience now. I teach them how to cultivate better eating habits, eating for wellness as opposed to sickness. We talk about chronic disease on there. So when I did that, and I spoke to that same group of pageant people about it, and my dance coordinator mentioned, well, individuals in pageantry, it's good to have a platform because you can amplify that message to St. Lucia and the rest of the Caribbean. I said, okay, well, let's do it. I did the audition. I actually had fun walking and modeling and doing all the girly things that I never expected myself to do. And that's how I kind of ended up here. I did well at the audition. I'm now in the 1% of females who are taking part in a pageant. And that's what got me here. That's why I wanted to take part. I just want to share my message and hopefully impact other girls who never expected to be in this position in a memorable way.
Right. In addition to sharing your message about proper eating habits, I mean, you're a very well-educated young woman as well. So, take us into the background. Who is Zenia Douglas?
Who is Zenia Douglas? There's a lot behind that name, but let's start from the beginning. I am, of course, 25 years old. I recently graduated from the St. George's University with a bachelor's degree in business management. My focus was mostly on marketing. I am also, as I mentioned, the owner of Thrive Alive, so I teach people about cultivating better eating habits. I'm an author. As of recently, our book is now #1 in Caribbean and Latin American literature on Amazon. It's called 6 Feet Apart. So I do that as well. I'm also a publisher. So within that book that we would have published, it includes a lot of Caribbean authors. I'm also the one who published the book along with my co-founder. So we own a youth-oriented publishing company where we share the stories of Caribbean people, Caribbean children, and get individuals interested in reading. So it's called Listar Publishing. I own that as well. What else about me? Oh, I'm a florist.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
really?
also a florist, yes. So my mom and I, we have a bespoke flower arrangement delivery service with beautiful, authentically wrapped bouquets at affordable prices. It's called Bouquets and Beyond. You can check us out on Instagram. Lovely business. Check us out. Book. You'll enjoy.
All right. With all that you have going on, I can't help but wonder, are you concerned that taking the time down to do pageantry is taking away from the time you would have to invest in your businesses? What's it like balancing all of that?
The thing is, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, it requires you to be very disciplined. So I've naturally always had an intrinsic motivation. I make sure that I schedule my days in a way so that everything that I'm required to do from a business perspective, if I have individuals I need to pay, if I have individuals I need to speak to, even sometimes for interviews like what we're doing today, that all my activities are scheduled to a T. I can't necessarily be wasting time on social media or, you know, just scrolling on my phone and doing things that will take away from what's important, which is my business, it's my livelihood. So having that innate discipline is what's keeping me through this pageant. Pageantry also requires you to be disciplined because each segment takes time. You need to you need to learn how to walk. You have to practice your talent. All those things take time. So I'm very good at scheduling my day so every minute of my time is well utilized. So that's how I've been getting by. It's very exhausting. I'm not going to lie. It is exhausting, but that's how I've been managing throughout this process. But it's been fulfilling. I'm not going to lie. So it's been good. It's been good. I've been handling it well. My chaperone also, she's got my back. She's got my back, so she's helping me navigate through my days.
It's very important throughout the pageant journey to have a chaperone who is there to support you. What's your relationship been like with your chaperone? Did you know her ahead of time, or is it a new blossoming relationship?
I was introduced to the one and only Sanyu James. The evening of after they did the reveal, I was introduced to her the same evening. She manifested me and I manifested a very bubbly chaperone because, you know, sometimes I get into my head a lot and I wanted somebody who could be there for me, psychologically motivate me before I step into a room. She's perfect. I love her. I keep saying she's the best chaperone everywhere I go. But she's been great. She's been awesome. I love her so much. Yes.
Are there any segments that you're particularly looking forward to on pageant night?
Segments I'm looking forward to. I like walking. This is like something that I've discovered during this process. I really enjoy the modeling thing. Well, walking on stage, the catwalk part. It's fun. And I'd never done it before. I was very green to walking, but after being taught how to do it, I'm like, okay, this is fun. Do all these turns and swirls, it's been so interesting. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And interview, because, you know, I think people get to see a lot more of my personality when I have to speak on stage.
All right, Xenia. Speaking of interviews, since you said you're so excited, are you ready for your little mock interview question here on DBS this morning?
Well, I'm ready for anything. Give me what you got.
All right, Xenia, little drum roll. Your question is, a lot of people think that climate change is a hoax. What could you say as a national of a Caribbean country to convince them otherwise?
They say that climate change is a hoax. Well, the thing is, everything that's happening around us, of course, we know it was created by a supreme being, but we cannot live on this earth expecting it to be there forever. We're already seeing that individuals within the Antarctic, polar bears, animals, people who live in those areas, they are complaining about things, about the ice melting, they're complaining about the sun being extremely hot in places of a temperate climate. So we are seeing physical changes within our landscape. I think the problem is because people are aware of it and living their day-to-day lives, they're just not paying attention to it. The best thing that we can do for right now is probably bring in some more awareness, maybe be by social media, through digital platforms, of educating people as to what's taking place outside of their homes, outside of their general space where they live. Maybe if we did more in campaigning and bringing awareness through social media to what's taking place in the world, in other parts of the world, we might be able to help individuals see that it's not a hoax and the things happening around us in terms of climate change are actually taking place. That's what I'd say.
Thank you so much, Zenia. I think a round of applause is in order. You handled that flawlessly. Catch your breath. Catch your breath.
I'm okay. We did all right. We did all right.
You did all right. More than all right. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our interview. Thank you so much, Zenia.
Thank you. It's lovely to meet you in person.
It's so lovely. Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
All right, DBS, we're heading to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Hey DBS, welcome back. In light of the weather that we are experiencing and the fact that we are getting deep into the Atlantic hurricane season, we thought it fair that we do our best to share some hurricane preparedness tips with you so that we can make sure that you and your family, everyone around you, has the information that they need to be safe this hurricane season. So here's the most recent release of hurricane preparedness tips from NEMO.
In this video, you will learn how to prepare for a hurricane or a large storm, and what to do if you find yourself in such a situation. Usually a hurricane is announced in advance in weather reports, so the authorities and the public are informed that a dangerous meteorological event is imminent. If the authorities issue a hurricane warning, prepare a disaster kit and a first aid kit. Put your documents, valuables, and clothes in waterproof bags. Reinforce your doors and windows with wooden panels nailed down if you do not have shutters. Bring inside any object that may be caught up by the wind and become a dangerous projectile. Bring pets indoors and safely house them in their pet carriers. Follow safety instructions on the radio or television. Act quickly if evacuation orders are issued by authorities. During the hurricane, stay inside whenever possible. Unplug all your domestic appliances and switch off the power supply at the mains. Follow safety instructions given on the radio or television. Limit any journeys. If you must go out, be sure to inform family and friends about where you're going. If you are in a car when the hurricane breaks, stop your car far away from trees or electric cables, which could fall on you. Avoid stopping at the bottom of a steep hill or on low ground susceptible to flooding. Stay in your car. In order to minimize the consequences of a hurricane, regularly prune dead branches from trees and cut down any dead trees. If you live in a house, check your roof regularly to ensure it is solid and waterproof. Repair it if necessary.
Create a plan for your home, and don't forget about those who may need assistance during an emergency.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's Soca Size session. Leading the wine, we have Sarah, Laurie, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with Soca Size. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a Bacchanal warm-up routine to Balance Bati by WCK. Let's do this. 4, 3, 2, swing those hips.
This one is for all the
Going in a circle. 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, step and switch. 4, 3, 2, first side and 4, 3, 2, next side. Hey. 4, 3, down and up, hip. Let's go. 8, 8, 8, 8. Stroke back, squeeze it. Last one, side to side with the hip. Woo! Let's go. 4, 3, 2, circle. 4, 3, 2, step and 4, 3, 2, switch. Hey. 4, 3, 2, foot side. Switch it. Hey. One more. 4, 3, hip down and up and stroke back, balance bati. Let's go. One more. Side side hips. 4, 3, step and 4, 3, 2, switch and 4, 3, 2, first side. 4, 3, 2, next side. 4, 3, hip down and up and last one, push back. Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. One more. Hey, hey, hey. Roll the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with Soca Size. We hope that you're feeling sexy, sultry, and strong.
And we have arrived at the end of today's show. I hope that the sunshine that you saw during Soca Size was enough to brighten up your day, because we might be running a bit scarce on sunshine this morning, but that's no reason for the whole day to be doom and gloom. And speaking of that, here's your thought for the day. If you're tired, learn to rest, not quit. Sometimes we reach a point where we are exhausted and it feels like the whole world is crumbling down. But that's just a sign that your body needs a chance to reset. Maybe you are not nourishing yourself properly, because sometimes we get so invested in our work, we forget to eat, and I am guilty of that one for sure. So sometimes your body just needs some water, some good food, and some rest so you could get back on the path that you are currently traveling. All right, so I hope you get some chances to think about that throughout the day and throughout the week as well. Of course, we are not giving up. We are striving for the best we can be in 2022 and beyond. Go off, have yourself a great day. Be safe out in the rain. Like I said, don't feel bad about snuggling up in some blankets today. I mean, it's fitting for the weather. I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye.